Hi everybody, it's Teresa from Dodge Nature Center and time for another Nature to Go. Maybe when you've been out lately, along shorelines, beaches, wetlands, have you noticed orange flowers like the ones behind me? It's a really interesting plant called jewelweed.
The flowers of jewelweed are orange, sometimes they're speckled with a little bit of red. Look sort of like a cornucopia. They're a tube that's wide at one end and then get very narrow at the other end. If water is on the leaves, people thought that it looked like jewels, and that's how it got its name of jewelweed. Spend any time around jewelweed and you'll notice there are a lot of insects around. Bees love this stuff, and you'll see them burrow deep down into the flower trying to get at that nectar. The nectar of jewelweed is sweeter than almost any other kind of flower nectar, almost 40% sugar. The other animal that really relies on jewelweed are hummingbirds. At this time of year, as they're starting to migrate, the nectar that's in these flowers provides them with a lot of energy. So if you're around a patch of jewelweed, listen for a buzzing sound, and it's not an insect, it's probably a hummingbird that's in the area drinking nectar from the flowers. And humans use jewelweed too. If you've ever accidentally bumped into stinging nettle or poison ivy, you know how bad it can be. And a treatment that you can use until you can get home is jewelweed. Pick some of the leaves and some of the softer stems and smash them in your fingers to start releasing the juice. Smear that on the area where you encountered the stinging nettle or the poison ivy, and it'll start to counteract some of the acids that have been released and are irritating your skin. So it's a quick remedy, it's not permanent, you still want to go home and do other things, but when you're out on the trail, it's a quick solution. But what makes this plant particularly memorable is how it spreads its seeds. Once those flowers are pollinated, the flower disappears and in its place a pod grows. Once it's quite thick around, it's ready to disperse its seeds. And it does this by exploding. Merely touching it, you can see the seeds spread all over the place. Just as I was sitting and filming today, you could hear the seed pods exploding around you. It's not very loud, but you can hear it.
Well, thanks for joining me for this episode of Nature to Go. Get out and look for jewelweed, pop some of those pods if you see them, and we'll talk to you again next time. Bye.